Okay, let us start. In our last session, we have stopped at applying filters using SQL, right? Okay, let us start from there. Go to analytics page. Sorry. And from here, I'm going to open a report that is. Let me develop a new report. I'm going to develop a report with year, region, and dollars. Customers, region, time, year, calendar, dollars. Okay. Now I have generated a report with year, region, as well as dollars. And I just want to filter these particular regions. Okay, click on this regions, click on this filter, and here I want to provide some SQL value. Let me put it like this, is equal to ECM. See here, this is how we can generate an SQL value. Customer details dot region equal to, we need to provide some value to it. Okay, but we need to provide entire logical query if you want to provide any SQL over there. Click on region, click on this filter. Here it will ask for is equal to, is in, contains any, contains all, null. Okay, but instead of assigning a value like this, okay, we need to convert that particular thing to SQL, and we need to use that particular thing over there. Okay, how can we do this? Is equal to is in, then we need to write an SQL over here. But what are the SQL that we are going to write over here? That SQL would be like complete logical SQL. I just want to generate a report based upon central. Okay, I have written logical query already over here. Yes, this is thing. Okay, see here, select customer details. Customer details is nothing but this customer details folder region from sales underscore subject area M. This is nothing but logical query is nothing but it is going to hit BMM layer where customer detail dot region equal to central. Okay, this will gives a value central. Click on OK and click on results now. What is getting some error? Click on criteria again. Try passing this same SQL over here. Click on OK. Click on column property. is again, sorry, filter. See here, we need to select this SQL expression. That is the error I have done here. Okay, select SQL expression, and here provide this particular thing. Click on OK. I'm repeating this once again. Click on this filter, here operator value, here add more options, give it as like SQL expression, and here provide that SQL expression, that is logical SQL expression, and click on OK. See, the moment I gave an SQL expression, it's taking it as region is equal to is equal to central. Okay, depending upon whatever the SQL expression that I have provided for it, it is taking that particular, from that SQL expression it is extracting the condition, that is the region needs to be equal to central. Okay, click on results now. See, now everything got filtered with SQL. That is how we can make use of SQL queries. Or else, let me put it like, if you want to use some drop down somewhere, and in that drop down it needs to populate values dynamically of users. Let us say we have around 10 more new users added today, but if we use some fixed kind of thing, it will not be available. If we use this SQL option, then it will be very convenient for users to select values dynamically that were recently added and all. Okay, this is how can we use filters using SQL. And coming to our next topic, using group filters. Group filters is nothing but applying two or more filters at the same time. Okay. Okay, let me do it for this same thing even. Now I want to talk, I have developed a report with year, region, dollars, which is already existing over here. And now I am generating a filter for year. For year it is 1998. Okay. And for region, I want to apply filter for central, and click on results. For region equal to year and region equal to central, it is giving this particular dollars. Here both should be equal. Okay, here both should be equal, because here AND operation is getting applied for both of these filters. Okay, if you want to do something, some operations like OR, let us say here in the report it is 1998 and central. If I want to apply OR operation, if even though if year is not 1998 and we have something like region, then we need to display results. Then for that scenarios, what we are going to do is we'll be clicking on this AND button. The moment we click on this AND button, it's going to change as OR. Click on results now. See, now it's doing the filter with OR operation. That is, even though if it is central, if year is 1999, it's not bothered about the region, and it is just getting filtered for central. Year is 1999 or year is central. This is the value. If year is 1999, and it is not bothering about region over here. Here OR operation is getting applied. Okay, here OR operation is getting applied for initially for year is 1998, but region equal to central, like that. But we won't be using that much frequently. Why? Because using this operation is not much. It will not give much comfort for us. But as an option, it is available. Let's look into it. This matter of changing this AND into OR, this is called as group filters. If you want to ungroup this event, we can click on this second filter and click on edit group filter. Or else we can click on this OR only. Previously we have option here like ungroup, but it's not available now. Okay, this is how we can work with like group filters. And coming to the next topic, that is very important topic, that is prompts. Okay, prompt is nothing but a user friendly filter. That is, in most of the scenarios we will be using these particular prompts. Prompt is nothing but a very user friendly filter, that is like a drop down kind of thing, or like a search box, that is called as prompt. Okay, we are going to pass some value into that particular box, and our report needs to get filtered based upon the value that we have passed in that particular box. That is nothing but the prompts concept over here. And that prompts will be doing it with various objects, like by passing a prompt directly, by passing value to a prompt through a drop down selection, through checkboxes, through selecting an area in a particular image, like that. Okay, let us see in detail how we are going to work with that particular prompts. I'm closing this particular report what I have generated now. Okay, now I'm going to develop a report with region as well as sales district and dollars. Region, district, and dollars. Click on results. Now I have generated a particular report. Now I want to generate a prompt. Here in filter options, I have covered each and every option over here. Here value is here. In this add more options, we have tested with this SQL expression. This session variable is nothing but we are going to discuss in detail about that session variable in variables concept. I have shown an example for this repository variable value, and in this prompt session, I will be explaining about this presentation variable event. Okay, this session variable we are going to discuss in detail about that session variable in coming chapters. That is, in variables we are going to discuss in detail about that. Okay, I have covered each and every topic that is present over here under filters. Now coming to this prompts, here we have a separate tab, okay, that is called as prompts tab. After this results tab, we are going to create prompts over here. Okay. Now we are going to explore this entire prompts tab. For this particular report that I have generated, I want to create some prompt. Okay, if you want to create any prompt, then what you need to do is you need to click on this new. Okay, you need to click on this new. In column prompt, if you want to apply some prompt to a column, then it is called as column prompt. I want to apply prompt for customers region, then click on this region. Okay. Now the label for that particular prompt is select. provide a label for that particular prompt, that is select region. And we can here we can configure the prompt. Okay, first let us initially have a look whether how this column prompt looks like. Click on OK. Click on save as. And provide name for it as column prompt. Click on OK. But if you want to view these prompts and all, okay, here the end user will not be having all these options. We will be sending only a report to end user. Okay, let me show you how this prompt will appears to the end users. Okay, I have already created users created like end user with end user privileges, that is M Chandra. Okay, this is how options will be available for end user. He will not be having options like analysis and all this stuff. Okay, he can just view what are the reports that are assigned to him. Whenever a business deploys our product, they will be training end users how to use this application and all. Okay, that is called as product demonstration. After deploying the product into their servers, they are going to train their end users with what are the options that will be available for them and all. Okay, now I will be opening this column prompt report. See, this is how it appears to the end users. There I have given a drop down option over there. So the moment you click on this select value, here it will populate list of values. Here it's saying like please wait. Let's wait for some time. No, it's not coming. Here it's browser issue, I think. Let me check that in Internet Explorer. Click on this column prompt report. See, drop down is available here. We need to be there is no need for us to panic, guys. Why? Because the options varies from browser to browser, but all options work perfectly in Firefox and Internet Explorer. Chrome will not support most of our OBA features, so it's a best practice to make use of this Mozilla Firefox as well as Internet Explorer. Okay. The moment you click on any value over here, then that particular filter will get applied to that particular column, that is for regions. See, now it is displaying values for region only. Now we have seen what that particular region prompt is. Okay, now let us explore in more into these prompts. That is, in this particular region selection, we have various options that will be available over here. That is, here operator is equal to is in and all. And coming to this user input part, that is choice list. In this, for this choice list event, we do have some more options over here. Choice list values are like the values that are present, okay, distinct values that are present under that particular column. If you have a requirement like I just want to display only for few values. Okay, then you can make use of this specific column values, and you need to select that particular specific column values. I don't want to display null. Okay, if you want to display only central, east and west, hold control button, select all these columns and click on this move button and click on OK. Now only these particular three options will be available. Under drop down, only these particular three values will be available. Okay, let us test that. In order to test, there is no need to go to a browser and all. We have something option over here called as preview button. By clicking on this preview button, you can see whether how a report appears to end customer. See how here null is not available. Null is given by default Rajesh, but most of the time null returns no value. Okay, as you are asking, let me do that once again. Click on edit. Okay, as you are asking, I'm adding this null as well. Click on OK. Let me test that now. It's not accepting. Okay, let me revert back all these changes. I'm providing it as all column values. Click on test now. If I select null, click on OK. See, this is how it's getting displayed. It will be displaying some error message. The specified criteria did not result in any data. This is often caused by applying filters or selections that are too restrictive or that contains incorrect values. Please check your analysis filters and try again. As there is no null value, it is generating an error. Let us explore more options over here. Okay, the specific column values is nothing but selecting some specific column values and SQL results. The moment you click on some SQL results here, see, it is displaying like customer details, region from sales. It is just fetching all the values that are available under that particular column. If you want to add some more values that are present somewhere even, then you can edit this particular SQL. And coming to these members of groups. This members of groups is nothing but here we have options like shared folders. And shared folders, for each and every group we will be giving access to particular folders only. Let us say we have marketing people, and let us say we have district heads and all. For marketing people, they need their individual reports only, or else individual reports of that particular sales region in order to compete with other marketers even. And they don't need reports of entire district level or else entire state level or country level. So we'll be creating a separate folder for our all marketing people reports, that is marketing folder. And for managers, we'll be creating some folder called as managers folder. And users and groups will be assigned like this manager group will having access to this managers folder, and these users end users like these marketing people will have access to marketing folder like that. Okay, if that particular folders are available, we can select that particular users. Then that particular members will get filtered. That is the use of this members of groups. And here it is a combination of these all column values and members of groups. This all column values and specific groups is nothing but a combination of both these things. Let us check this once. See, it's not getting selected because we don't have any users and things over here. That is the reason why it's displaying like that. Okay. Now while discussing about security chapter, let's discuss about these members of groups. Okay, let me write that here. Members of groups in column prompts. Okay, this topic I will be covering this particular topic while we are discussing about security. And one more topic that I have left over here is session variables. Using session variables in filters. Okay, while discussing about session variables, I will be showing you how to work with filters using session variables. These are the options, and we do have some checkboxes over here, that is include all column values in the list. This is nothing but all columns will get added in that particular list. And coming to this limit values by. In order to show this, I need to add one more prompt event. Like I need to add one more prompt for district. Under options, here limit values by, I have option that is like region. Okay, let me not to do this and show it to you practically. Here now I have provided option like limit values by all prompts. I will be just unchecking this. Click on OK and click on preview results over here. Oh, it's getting an error. Let me edit these ones. Okay, or else remove and add region. Okay, and click on preview. Here I have values like central, east and west. Let me click only on central. Click on OK. For under central we have Gulf, lower Midwest, Midwest, Texas and upper Midwest. Let me check this once again. But if we click on this, here instead of central values we are having all values here. See, we have Florida, but Florida don't belong to central. Okay, if you want to filter this particular prompt based upon the selection of this particular prompt, then that is nothing but the select list of values over there. Okay, for districts it is not checking this region part at all. Why? Because it is displaying each and every district that is present under districts column. It's not filtering districts based upon the region selection. Each and every region is available over here. Now my aim is I don't want to display this Florida and all if I click on central over there, because Florida don't belong to central. In order to do that, what I need to do is how to change the order. deleting this and creating this once again. Why? Because I don't have an option to change this order. I'm creating a new thing, that is column prompt for district. Under district, under options, I'm going to limit values by region. Now a filter will be applied based upon region, and only values under region needs to appear under that particular district prompt. Okay, let us check that now. Now I have changed these options to, previously it is like one below the other. Now as I have used this particular row based layout, then it has turned to row based layout. Okay, see, the output displaying part will be available over here. You can check whatever the options that are available over here now even. But let me check the results. This output display is nothing but it will be just displaying how the prompts look like. But in order to test with the functioning, click on this. What is the functionality that we have given for this is, if you click on the central over here, it's not display this Florida and all. See, now only regions that are present under central are available over here. Florida is not available over here. Why? Because Florida belongs to some other state. Okay, Florida belongs to, so as Florida belongs to some other region, it's not available over here under this drop box. But you can look at here, this is nothing but it will be just displaying the look and feel, how these prompts look like. But the filters functionality and all, we can't test it over here. Okay, only look and feel part we can observe over here in display. In this display section, only we'll be bothering about this look and feel part. And let us explore the other options that are present over for. Click on edit. You have one more other option called as requires user input. This requires user input is nothing but a star mark will appear on the results, or else, like, let me put it like this. Click on OK. Okay, even though I don't provide any filters for region and district, and click on OK. If I don't provide any input even, it's going to display the entire report now. But in business scenarios, if the entire report is getting displayed, it's going to add more weight on our server. Okay, it's going to generate more load on our server because it needs to fetch each entire reports. So it's not good at our part. So we need to provide some required user input part, like star mark will be there, and they need to select any input. Now I'm going to add required user input for district. Or else let me test it. Like, now I will be selecting only central part and click on OK. Now it will be filtered based upon central. Now let me add required user input to this district. The moment I check this and click on OK, star mark appears on district. If I click on central, as I don't click on this district, this option will not get enabled. Okay, let me uncheck this and try to select any district, Florida. After selecting any value under district, then only OK will get enabled. Why? Because here I have passed something like required user input. Okay, when user selects any input only, then only OK will get enabled. That is all about that required user input part. We need to enable that for both the things. Then if both things are enabled, then only it's going to generate results. And coming to, let's explore some other options that are present over here. Coming to the default selection. There we have selected like required user input is required mandatorily, and if you want to provide some default values, that is the most frequent values that people use to select all the time, then we can check this default selection like specific values. If you click on specific values, then we can provide central. And click on OK. And click on OK. This is for regions, and for district, let us check up to here only now. See, for regions, by default it will be selecting central. But if you want to change that, we can change that. But by default, central will be in selected mode. That is nothing but default selection list. Specific values, variable expression, server variable, SQL results. Okay, we can pass anything over here into that default selection. And coming to the next thing, that is choose list width. If you provide it as dynamic, then it's going to vary dynamically. That is nothing but this width. If it is like 120 pixel, but I'm going to provide it dynamic now. Let us check how it happens. This width of this particular box varies depending upon the thing. Previously it is for both the things it is 200. Now for district it got shrinked, right? That is nothing but dynamic. And coming to the other parts, set a variable. Okay, now I'm going to explain about presentation variable concept over here. Here, depending upon the user selection, okay, here depending upon this user selection, I am capturing this whatever the user selects into a variable. I am capturing whatever the user selection into a variable over here. Presentation variable underscore user selection 1. Click on OK. If you want to display that particular user selection in our name, this variable is nothing but whatever the value that we select, that value will be stored in that particular variable, and we can make use of that variable anywhere. Okay, to show that to you, let me do this thing. Click on this results over here. In this column prompt, click on edit, and title, I want to add title like whatever the user selects, that needs to get displayed in title dynamically. Okay, as I'm capturing that particular variable into, okay, what is the name that I have provided there? Let me check that once again. Click on edit, options, PV user select. And here I'll be using make use of that variable. But if you want to make use of any variable for displaying, what we have a syntax for that. That is at the rate of flower brackets presentation variable. Click on done. Okay, this column prompt is nothing but our general name that we have provided while saving. Okay, let us check whether how it's going to work. Initially, that column prompt is nothing but report name, and it will be displaying over here. And depending upon the user selection, after we click on OK, what happens? This particular value will be passed to that variable, and that variable will display needs to get displayed over here. See, the moment I click on OK, this gulf is getting displayed over here. This gulf we have passed it in the title prompt. Here in title we have passed it. As value got assigned to that, then it is displaying that particular value. Or else, in order to show that to you, I will not be selecting any value in district. Let me do this now. Here I am removing this required user input. Now I have disabled required user input for this, and now I am selecting some central value only. That's it, and click on OK. See, it's displaying another. It is just displaying whatever the syntax that we have provided. Why? Because we are not passing any value to this particular pv underscore user1. But the moment you select something over here, then it will display that particular value only. If something is not getting assigned to the variable, then instead of generating error and all, it will be displaying that syntax to the end user. This is how we can make use of these presentation variables. And using these presentation variables, we can do some more advanced operations even, like we can pass these presentation variables to any query. Okay, we can make use of this presentation variable as a filter. We can do whatever we want. Okay, let me show it to you how can we use it as a filter even. In criteria, in filter, if I want to provide something like, if I want to provide this presentation variable, then I can provide this variable over here like this. Okay, or else let me do one thing. I will be working on this particular scenario with variable prompt. Click on prompts. Now I'm going to delete what are the prompts that I have created now. Okay, now click on variable prompt. This column prompt is nothing but we can apply for columns. Now let me do this thing. Click on variable prompt, and I'm going to assign whatever the thing that user is going to input to this particular variable. I'm providing variable name as where prompt, where prompt. Let me copy that so that I can make use of it. And I need to provide a label over here to the particular prompt. Let me provide label as search. And here the user input field is like text field, choice list, check boxes, radio button, and list box. If it is text field, or text field is going to get displayed over there, or if it is like choice list, we need to provide that list of choices. If it is like check boxes, we need to provide the list of check boxes that we want to make it over there. Okay, let me put it like this text field. Okay, what I am going to do now is I will be creating a text box and user will be inputting the text, that is maybe the central, maybe Florida, or anything. Okay, let us check that one after the other. Click on OK, click on preview. Here I have provided some such thing, and I'm going to provide central. Click on OK. But each and everything is getting displayed over here. Why? Because okay, let me use my user selection for displaying in the title. Let me edit this. The new variable that I have created now is this where prompt. Okay, click on done. Click on prompts. Let me verify that. Okay. Now I have entered central. See, this central is getting captured into that particular variable. That is that presentation variable. And as I am using that presentation variable for display, it is getting displayed over there. Let me put it like it accepts each and anything. Why? Because here I am not giving anything like checkbox X or radio buttons or something. I'm using it as just like a text box. I can even provide each and every name like Rajesh. Click on OK. Now Rajesh will get captured into that particular presentation variable. But what's happening in the background is previously while generating this column prompt, I am declaring there statically that this particular for this particular region only we are going to apply this prompt, and whatever the selection that undergoes through that particular prompt, that value will be verified with this region. But now we have created a prompt independently, that is variable prompt. Whatever the selection that happens, that will be saved into that variable, and we need to make use of the particular prompt. Okay, we need to make use of a particular variable and we need to pass it to the report where it needs to get filtered based upon that particular selection in that prompt. Okay, let me apply that now. In criteria, I want to filter it for regions, and in this filter spot provide this like is prompted or else is equal to is in. I'm going to make use of presentation variable over here. Here I have given it as where prompt, that is the prompt name, variable prompt name. Click on OK. And when I click on results now, as I have not passed anything into that particular variable prompt, it will not be displaying results over here. Okay, here coming to this part, now I am providing it as central. Here I need to provide it in whatever the format that is available in database, that is capital C central. The moment I click on OK, it's getting filtered. But we need to take care of one thing over here, that is if you provide any value like here values are case sensitive. If you provide like central without caps, here it's not going to generate any results. But we can't train each people like you need to use only capital, you need to use only small, because it looks awkward. In order to handle that, what we are going to do over here is we will be writing SQL for that. We will be writing SQL. How we are going to handle that is here the region is getting filtered based upon this particular variable prompt. Now I am editing this. Okay, what I am going to do over here is in region I am going to apply a filter. See, I will be using some filter over here, that is customer detail dot region equal to, but I am going to apply string functions over here, that is upper equal to at the rate of this presentation variable name I'm clicking on OK. I have edited SQL over there. That's it. This is the previous thing and I am deleting this. Now click on results. But what happened? Okay, let us test this now. Click on results. Now if you provide central, click on OK. I am checking that with complete upper letters. But now let me test with 1 C E N T. It will not be generating results. Why? Because the entire thing that is present in the database is converted into uppercase here. As I have provided uppercase previously, like capital of central, it's very convenient for that to compare over there. And if I provide it to central, like central in small letters, now it's not going to accept. What we need to do over here is go to criteria, click on this edit, and here I will be applying the upper function here also. Click on OK and click on results. Okay, as there is no selection in prompt, results won't get displayed. Let us test it from here. Now we can provide whatever you want, that is C, E, capital N, T, small r, A, L. Click on OK. Okay, now the case problem got resolved. This is how we can handle this such kind of prompts. Okay. Is this fine for everyone up to now? And I'm going to show you one more scenario. Like here now, user is entering only central value, right? User can enter central or east. Central, region, or as well as the columns that are present under district. In search, user can search for the values that are present under central column and also for values that are present under district column. What I am going to do now is click on this criteria, click on this edit, and here I am going to edit this expression, and I am going to add or. Why? Because the user can provide the values that are present in region or else in district. So I am using or. And he will be providing, it need to get compared against district. Click on OK. I have provided OR operation over here. Click on this. Click on this prompts. Check. I just want to search for Florida. See, now it's getting, results are getting displayed for, if you, even though if you provide district values also, we will be getting results. Okay, this is how we can make use of filters in our reports. This filters concept is very important. That is the reason why I have taken it for 2 days. So this filters concept is very important. Okay, do you people have any doubts now here now? We can make use of SQL functions over here, and we can design these filters depending upon our request. Like here now we are providing values exactly how they are present in database. Like if it is east, we are providing value like EAST, everything. If sometimes you'll be getting requirements like we need to do uh, filtering, even though if customer clicks on FLO or, okay, he will be missing IDA. He will be providing FLOR only. Then even though it needs to fetch the matching results. It needs to fetch the matching results. Okay, you can even do that kind of operations even by using SQL functions. Okay, I'm giving this as an assignment to you. Okay, make use of SQL functions such as SQL functions and perform. Okay, design a filter like this. Like even though if I provide something like floor for Florida, click on OK. It needs to fetch results. Okay, that is the assignment for you, Rajesh. Okay, fine. Okay, let's wrap up here for the day.